What if I told you that becoming a millionaire in the stock market is way more achievable than you might think? Seriously, and not by getting lucky, not by picking the next hot stock, and not by staring at charts all day, but by doing a few simple things consistently and over time. If you're watching this video because you want to learn how to start investing in 2026, or if you've already started investing and you're just wondering what should I actually be buying, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to walk you through why you should start investing now, how investing works over time, and what to consider investing in. A quick disclaimer before we go any further. This video is not financial advice. It's purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. Claims are based on my own experiences, and always do your own research and due diligence when making any sort of investing decision. Alright, let's break this down. Let's start with why you should invest now. The biggest advantage you have isn't the opportunity to pick the perfect stock. It's time. And the earlier you start, the more time that your money has to work for you. Compound interest is often regarded as the eighth wonder of the world. And honestly, it's for good reason. All it means is that your money earns returns, and those returns earn returns on top of themselves. This is how real wealth is built. By starting now, you can maximize the amount of time that your investments have to grow. And you might be surprised at how attainable it actually is to become a millionaire in the stock market. Now let me give you a real example. The SPY ETF, which tracks the S&P 500 and has been around since 1993, has returned about 12.64% annually since inception according to stock analysis. So let's be more conservative and assume 10% return per year. Now, if you invested $120 a week for 30 years, then you'd end up with just over $1 million. That's the cost of a night out, and instead of spending it once and waking up with nothing to show for it, you can let that money work for you by being in the markets. And if $120 a week feels like too much, that's totally okay. And you can also reach millionaire status by just investing $42 a week for 40 years, assuming the same 10% return. For a lot of people, that sounds way more achievable than expected. Comment down below if you already knew that, or if that surprised you. This is exactly why starting early matters so much. Let's make 2026 the year we actually get our finances right. So now, the big question is, what should you actually be investing in? For me, the answer is simple: ETFs. ETFs give you diversification right out the gate, which helps protect you from big losses. Remember, we don't need to hit home runs. We just need to stay in the game long enough for time to do its thing. Some great examples are VFV, which tracks the entire S&P 500, and QQC, which tracks the Nasdaq 100. Now, personally, I would even go one step further. Since I'm a long-term investor who wants to maximize growth, I would prefer using the slightly leveraged version of these funds. So there's USSL instead of VFV, and there's QQQL instead of QQC. Both USSL and QQL use about 25% leverage, which is very modest. And what that means is basically if you believe these indexes will go up over long term, and I sure do, then the small amount of leverage can give your annual returns a boost. Since these funds came out 2 years ago, they have been able to perform over 2% more annually when compared to their unleveraged indexes. USSL and QQQL are designed to be long-term hold ETFs. These ETFs are not to be confused and grouped with those crazy 2x or 3x leverage funds that are only meant for short-term trading or options. There's also HEQL, which is another 25% leverage ETF that's globally diversified and tracks 6 different equity indexes. It's a really solid option if you want global exposure in one fund. This fund performed really well last year, about doubling the returns from USSL and QQQL, and that's because the US stock market was outperformed by the Canadian stock market and international equities last year. Now, to see what I'm holding in my portfolio, you can check out my recent portfolio reveal video, which I'll link down below, and you can follow me on Blossom to see my live portfolio and trades. Blossom is a really great community with some very smart people on it. Now, you might be wondering why I don't bother with buying individual stocks. Could I be doing better by stock picking? Maybe, but that also assumes that I don't take any big losses, and over the long term, that's really hard to guarantee. I recently saw an article that said that over a 3-year period, about 65% of professional stock pickers still underperformed the S&P 500. And if you zoom out to a 20-year period, over 90% underperformed. Losses are brutal to recover from, and this is due to both mathematical and psychological reasons. A 50% loss needs a 100% gain just to break even, and larger losses demand exponentially greater returns. For instance, a 70% loss needs over 330% return just to break even. This makes capital preservation especially crucial. Psychologically, people tend to hold on to losers for way too long. They want to wait for them to get back to even instead of reallocating to better opportunities. And second of all, they sell winners way too early. I bet most people who end up finding a winning stock will exit before they get to see 2x or 3x returns. Honestly, for me, I might be tempted to sell at a 30% gain. Because I have time on my side, there's no reason for me to take on that additional risk. I like to keep things simple, boring, diversified, and consistently growing. Warren Buffett says it best. He has 2 rules when it comes to investing. Rule number 1 is don't lose money. Rule number 2 is never forget rule number 1. Once you've picked the ETFs that you want to invest in, the next step is simple. First, you want to sign up for Brokerage. Then you want to open an investing account. Third, you want to fund the account. And finally, you want to go ahead and buy the ETFs. My personal choice of Brokerage, and where about 9% of my money is Wealthsimple. Wealthsimple charges no fees when buying Canadian listed ETFs, and their app is super user friendly, and it's honestly one of the best platforms for beginners. I actually have a full video walking through how to open an account and buy your first ETF on Wealthsimple. So if you want a step-by-step guide on how to do that, make sure to check that out. Investing doesn't need to be complicated. The key is to start early, stay consistent, and let time do the work. If this video helped you in any way, be sure to give this video a like, as it lets YouTube know that people are enjoying my content and helps to push my videos to help others. It really helps the channel indeed. And if you want to follow my journey to financial freedom, see the wins, the mistakes, and everything in between that I learned along the way, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.